masculine and feminine darlings. This is the Seraph. Hi, baby. I'm Gem Gypsy, Seraphe Indigo Empress, and Shiloh Horizon. I don't plan to be here for too long. Honestly, I was just getting ready to go rest. But it is 11:11 on the clock here on the East Coast, and another reader's message popped up while I was scrolling for some music, and this is a reader that I know is solid, and she was actually picking up on the abuses that have been going on, including towards my child and I. So that was relevant. But I accidentally scrolled off of her video. I accidentally tapped the screen, and I scrolled to the video beneath it on accident. And what popped up is a profile of somebody that I blocked a long time ago. Actually, it was last December specifically, because I skipped Christmas last December to whistleblow on this person. Well, energy siphoning from women. This is somebody that was going on different, very well-known readers, typically speaking, or in some cases, lesser-known readers, plagiarizing content and trying to boost his account by stealing from these women, plagiarizing from these different women. And he's a short little tiny Napoleon. Oh, no wonder. In the reading earlier, I heard, don't want no short dick man. Yeah, I heard that today. That makes sense. So I blocked this person a while back, and I knew that this energy would come up because I wanted to delete some of the evidence that I noticed and last year documented about this person, but was told by the holy archangels not to do so. The fact that his account just popped up and I have him blocked tells me that he's been stalking my account again, because there's no reason that should be happening. But what I will say is I have documentation of him screaming certain things at me in a live chat where I'm calling him out for his corruptions and being a narcissistic little energy vampire. Don't want no short-dicked man. He's like 4'3.5". I would have to look down at him. I can tell just by looking through the screen. But anyway, so what he's been doing is stealing from women, and I would assume making money off of it, plagiarizing women's content, energy vampiring, harvesting and attacking other women, high priestesses at that, and then trying to make a profit off of what he's been doing. So in this content, I have clips of him making statements, but then he goes back and he crops the video down to erase the first part of it where there's incriminating evidence. It's reminding me of Harrigan, actually, that crooked judge in the transcripts. There was this whole long live feed, and he cut out the first part of it that showed his guilt and the conversations that he didn't want replay viewers seeing. And there was another point where he was screaming at me in a live feed. I was in the comment sections just telling the truth. And he made certain statements like, you didn't say that, or I didn't see you, or A, B, and C, when I have previous content of communications between us. So basically he's saying something never happened, a conversation never happened, or he didn't do something that I have evidence of him doing. And also evidence that, like I said, in the live feed where he did this, he edited it to shorten it, to cut and crop the incriminating parts of it out after the live feed was over. He went through and he shortened the video in YouTube editor. So I do have evidence of that still, and I initially intended to make an exposure video about it or something a while back, but I had bigger fish to fry. However, since he's lurking on my feed, it was only a few months ago too that I was just clearing space in some old file systems, and that stuff scrolled up across my screen, and I thought, I should just delete that. I don't even want this jerk anywhere in my energy field or, on my, I don't care. but he's still causing problems. And so obviously God is calling me to be karma. So we'll see where this goes. That's based on just the raw channels. That's what I'm picking up off the cuff, but I would like to see what God has to say about this as well. Why don't I set the computer, or excuse me, the phone up over here at my little station? I wasn't planning to. As I get this set up, what I will say first and foremost, thank you, getting visions of which decks to use. The only reason that I accidentally scrolled onto that video is because, like I said, I was scrolling and a high priestess energy popped up across my feed, a female, and I knew that she was speaking relevance. And then I saw somebody try to bully her in the comment section while she was doing this live feed, so I said no and handled that. And as I was finishing that last tail end, that's when I accidentally scrolled onto the next video below it. That's when this plagiarizer was exposed. Truly, I didn't even mean to switch on the High Priestess's video. Real recognizes real, which is why I recognize the fraud below it. Thank you. Baby kitty. Okay. All right. So when this jerk caused problems last December, it was on Christmas. Here we are, Mercury retrograde. He's still at it. Karma's coming around again. I remember it was quite a battle. In fact, this is like a 40-plus-year-old dude, and he recruited his older sister to try to come heckle me for him when I called him out for being a fraud. And you know what it reminds me of? The Wicked Witch next door. It's all the same energy coming out. It's all the same. So I just put some prayers on. I also am lighting some sage, and I put on some binaural energies to clear the space, because I already know this is somebody who dabbles in dark energy, fancies himself some kind of warlock or practitioner of some degree, some kind of dragon master. Well, guess what, dude? Divine Masculine says that I'm a samurai warrior, so you're out of luck. Checkmate. Really, I resonate with the Shaolin, but the reason he brought up this was, I think yesterday I heard this. Yeah, I've been hearing something about Kyoto. Yep, there it is. Psychic spying. They want you to mention them to gain clout. Yeah, but I'm hearing that this is the type of stuff. Look, an ex-hater will reach out and try to reconcile. See? He's lurking on my page because he's been stalking me, because he wants attention, or he realizes that I'm actually the tits and he came against the wrong one. 11:22 here on the clock on the East Coast. That's my twin flame number. Yeah, beware of an attempted setup. I know what this is. This dude's trying to pull on my energy. Collecting dirt on you. I have no dirt, in fact. But that's when these people try to make it up. Yeah, see, I told you. This is a psycho stalker. This is somebody who's been playing in spell work. Well, guess what? I return that to sender now, and I bind everything he's been sending out right back to him. Yeah, their spell. I told you, your spell work is affecting you. Stop stalking me and stay off of my social media. Because what I'm also picking up is just like the Wicked Witch next door. They want my attention and they want me to mention their name, but when it finally gets to the point that I have to, I won't, because I don't let people chase clout off of my name until it gets to the point that I have to, except for when it gets to that point, that's the point where they've crossed the line to the fact that they don't want their name mentioned. They do not want people to know what they've done. So they realize too late that they crossed the line. They wanted my attention, but because I wouldn't give them that attention before, and I wouldn't mention their name before, I know in a lot of cases, not I think, that they think that I won't. They think I'm either afraid to, or they think I won't, or whatever the situation is, until they push me too far, and then I do. But you see, they went too far, and they don't want people to, they don't want their name involved with it at that point. But then it's too late. Every time. Yeah, well, guess what? I have my algorithm set to pull content up from the people that watch me. So when people stalk me here, either their profiles pop up or the content that they watch and they research pop up. So that's that. I have that person blocked. Why is his profile coming up after I've had him blocked for a year? Because he's stalking me. It's the only time that ever happens. Yeah. Told you. Fancies himself some kind of warlock. That's a no. Yeah. See, look. My haters bring me clarity and popularity. I am that bitch. You may get off my dick. Because we don't want no short dick, man. Yeah, that's a no for you. Yeah, that's why he has to steal from women, copy women, and then attack those women when they catch on to him. Because he's a scummy, bummy, bratty little bottom feeder, and that's all. Yeah, told you. I told you. I told you. High Priestess. High Empress at that. Yeah, see, again, either these are people who are my OGs and they know me better than that, or these are people who I don't want around me anyway. Like, if you can try to turn people away from me, those were not my people in the first place. Those were enemies in disguise, and so those are not good people anyway. You can have them. I will give them to you. I don't want them, because I know they won't be good for you either. Those are blue falcons. Somebody that's my people would be just as loyal and steadfast as I am. You just weed out the trash. Thanks for taking it with you on the way out. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, kiddo. You old fuck. Yeah, well, guess what? They're not my fuck-ups. People have been trying to fuck me up, but those aren't my fuck-ups. I still keep it pushing. Homie, I get up, I run my shit, really, I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't run me up. You don't know what you're talking about, 1422, but I do. And I posted this earlier in the community board. I can hold a grudge like nobody's business. But it's not a grudge, dude, it's a boundary. Get real. I remember that you're mentally ill. Have to call a 40, 50-year-old dude has to call his older sister to come harass somebody at least half his age. Sir, you need psych help. You dirty little rat. You know what I also remember? I'm picking it up again. he smells like cigarettes and alcohol and nasty, sweaty armpits because he's a dirty, karmic male masquerading as a divine masculine while stealing from divine feminine women, trying to persecute them and siphon from them at the same time. He's bitch made. He's trying to be and behave like a divine feminine, but he's stealing from them because he's not a divine masculine. He's a karmic male, trying to compete with divine feminine. What kind of man does that? Don't want no short dick, man. Yeah, well, that's why they're blocked. Told you, clearing it out. I've got prayers on in the background right now with a binaural beat. Got the sage here. We'll also light the Palo Santo. Clearance Reiki, closure Reiki, exposure Reiki. Coming through right now. Hear it? So I'm gonna let that tap flow. I hear compulsion Reiki. That's to clear out any compulsive karmics. Also, it exposes their compulsions in regards to stalking and obsessing over people. It's crazy. Personality disorder. They don't know how to be themselves. Exactly. It's narcissistic, and that's what came out a year ago. So nothing's changed. He's just stalking me again a year later, pattern repeat, on Mercury retrograde because he didn't learn his lesson. Yeah, well, guess what? It's not going to work out well for you, dude. Lying about you. Oh, I know. But guess what? He doesn't realize, or didn't realize, that I have video evidence of him lying and trying to conceal the truth from over 12 months ago. It was Christmas last year. If not last year, then 2 years ago, but I think it was last year. Yeah, see, he's getting karma for being nasty. He's mad at me, stalking me, seeing what he can try to mess up for me or steal from me. But that's that. Haters are mad because they see you winning. And frankly, I'm right here. I could come on screen here. Hello. I don't want to. But I could. I am right here. Hello. Bad move. Bad choice you made. Luck is not on your side, short stack. And your Napoleon Complex is showing. Yeah, well, guess what? They don't have a choice. That's why he steals. If you were creative, you wouldn't have to steal from people. Okay, what does Divine Masculine have to say about that? Because his energy did try to come through yeah, he says, you leave my Divine Feminine alone. He's like shaking his head at this karmic male. So this karmic male has addictions, but the masculine, the divine masculine, he's clearing or kicking cycles. That's why he's able to shake his head, no more delays. That's why he's able to shake his head at this karmic male, because he sees right through him. And he's still attracted to divine feminine, no matter how much this karmic male tries to cause problems. It's just one of the same. And you know what? It's very likely that this is just one. I hear that it is. It's the same old thing. If I recall, this is probably the same energy that came up last year. But sometimes, let's say there's a local cult or coven here, and let's say that they don't like me in particular, they'll send what they can perceive as chaos, magic, or conflict spells of some kind outwards. And basically what that is a radio frequency that just calls in any low vibrational karmic energy, whether it be online or off, to also target that victim. Basically, it's a radio frequency that goes out to let the devil know which of these toxic people are low vibrational enough to be vessels for it. And so let's say there's a local cult here and they do a chaos spell, and that's when like weirdos that are in the same energy as them, even strangers online, that's when they'll come out of the woodwork, because it's just the devil moving through anybody, online or off, attached or non-attached, by whatever degree of separation or not, that's low vibrational enough to embody that energy. I don't. Plenty of us, divine masculine, divine feminine, we get a lot of the same tests and challenges and, you know, like temptations and things like that, that a lot of these other people, these karmics, get. But the difference is we don't decide to fuck people up or low blow or undercut people to get what we want. We do the right thing. These people think that they can take what we have or get to where we are by doing nasty things and undercutting us, but they fail to acknowledge that the reason that God blesses us the way that we are and gives us the opportunities, even by means of survival and escaping, even by the skin of somebody's teeth or with little to no resources, but you still manage to survive, that you don't do that by treating people the way that they've been treating people. We specifically earned those blessings by refusing to behave the way that they have been previously and are currently still behaving, clearly. I mean, who raised you? A pack of wild hyenas, I'd ask. But frankly, I find that insulting to the hyenas because I think they'd have done a much better job. Weirdo. Yeah, we know. But it's a fail. It's a failed setup. Let me stalk you and then, yeah, try to get you to mention me because I'm stalking you and then claim that you're harassing me. And yeah, I know. Yep, told you. It's a rapist, actually. So what does that tell you about this stalker, fake divine feminine competitor person online, which is precisely what this local has been doing. It's an earth sign here. Rapist, domestic abuser, and he's been involved with this group of people running a cult and also committing crimes and what have you. They all drink and they smoke and they stink like this dude does too. Yeah, see, they can feel your come up, so they want a piece of it or they want to try to block it. Me, they can feel mine, okay? I hear she's about to pop off. Yeah, well, okay. So he's been working with people to send the nasty energy. These are the ones who do the chaos and conflict spells. And this creature who just popped up on my page again, because despite the fact that I blocked him over 12 months ago, he's in the same energy as these toxic people. He behaves like them. His patterns are the same. He's tried to do the same thing. If they don't plagiarize and copy, then they call people crazy for being spiritual, or they do both. One as a discrediting tactic and then to try to copy what they find is successful. But how are you going to try to step on somebody's toes, which requires you to be in front of them while you're following in their footsteps, which means that you're literally behind them? What do you mean? Your math isn't even mathing. It doesn't even make sense. Oh, what did I just say? Exactly. You can't hack it. Yeah, well, guess what? I'm always 10 steps ahead of you bitches. I would be 11, but you gave me asthma. Stress-induced asthma at that. Thank you very much. But I'm still winning. And always will be, because I've got God on my team. See? There it is. Fraud. And so for continuing to try to do this and continuing to bark up my tree and playing around in my energy field, this is why I was called to pick this up and do this instead of going, I was ready to go to bed when this popped up. God said, nope, you've got nasty energies around you, vampire energies, succubus, incubus energies. Because if I recall, this dude had like sexual perversions as well, trying to masquerade himself as a divine feminine while competing with and stealing from and siphoning from divine feminines. No, he's actually a pervert. He's got some kind of like weird perverted thing. And so if he feels rejected or slighted by women, then he attacks them. But really it's because he's pervert little, no, don't need no short dick, man. He's like 3'11". It looks like he needs a haircut and a bath, okay?
And I can smell him from here. He smells like stale cigarettes, stale, you know how when somebody's drinks, like you can smell it coming out of their sweat and their skin the next day, like stinky. Dude needs a bath. I can, like, nasty body odor, but mixed with nasty old stagnant alcohol and nasty cigarettes. Dude, he needs a bath, and he needs to leave people alone and stop pretending to be a psychic for clout or money. God's gonna cut you down. That's false prophetism. You liar. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, well, I'm sure they are. How's that gonna work out for him? Not well, I hear. Yeah, being punished. Let me pull another deck out because the same cards are repeating. They want you to, this is why they've tried to attack again or cause problems or stir the pot or put their faces in front of people because they don't know how to mind their own business. These are narcissistic people. These are the same energies that came up a year ago too. This dude just literally hasn't changed. He's just repeating the pattern again. I let that situation go. He's the one who just barked up my tree again. But that's why the holy angels told me not to get rid of that evidence from last year, because now I can put him to rest this year with it if I want to. Yeah. Crown chakra, third eye, throat chakra attacks, ear chakra attacks. Trying to put negative thoughts in your head. So this is a psychic energy vampire, I told you. Causing you to lose your appetite. This is an energy vampire, so solar plexus, sacral energy, somebody who has like sexual issues, like I said, and then also creativity issues. This is why the theft and the stealing and plagiarism. Yeah, that's why. Because the appetite's attached to those lower chakras. And they're siphoning energy, trying to. And playing with spell work. No, that's a return to sender, Uno reverse. Yeah, shit, she's too good, I heard that. Yeah. Because I'm really psychic, and you are a fraud, just like you were 12 months ago. 27, 22. My best advice for you is to deactivate your social medias. I'm picking something up about penance from God if you want to avoid your karma getting worse and putting you out of your friggin' misery, wiping you out. Then I would stop doing what you're doing, because you're not going to get away with it and you are making it worse for yourself karmically. And as somebody who pretends to understand those things and tries to speak about those things and just scrolled across my page on a live saying, we are the change. Sir, you are the hindrance and the problem. Stop lying. Just one of a bunch of them, but you are a narcissistic problem and a nuisance at that. Oh, told you. Just like that narcissistic earth sign rapist who I've got on court transcript lying to a judge. This is the same one who tries to copy what I do, plays in spirituality and tries to run around and play with cults, but also when it's convenient and he's around people who he thinks doesn't believe in spirituality or don't believe in spirituality, tries to say that myself or people who are mediums are crazy for their spiritual practices. But again, behind the scenes, when they're not trying to slander people, they're also trying to dabble in the same things they're trash talking publicly. It's wild. And so these fake people claim that the people that are legitimate that they're stealing from and copying are the fake ones to bolster themselves up. No, I could give you the recipe and the sauce wouldn't taste the same. And here's the gag, okay? Trying to copy me, you might think it looks like it works for me, but you fail to consider that it won't work the same way for you. You fail to take into consideration my level of divine favor, ranking, and frankly, anointing. Okay, you've been coming at me, little karmic. Touch not mine anointed, do my prophets no harm. You fucked up. And we both can see that. And you've been exposed. Nobody's buying your little glamour bullshit. Your days of stealing from women are over. Bum. The both of you. Loser online, and then also the chaos conflict spell practitioner invokers that tried to call it in. Hello. They're being cleared out. And they have no divine support. They're being cleared out by the Holy Spirit, the Holy Team, and also the other deck I have out here, the Ancestors, is an Ancestor deck. It's been sitting here marinating for 2 weeks almost because I was called to pull it out, but told to wait before using it. That's why. Yeah, these people have been throwing nasty energy, first of all, and it's not a secret to who they are. We already know. Hello. That's why we're here. Scorpio and Pluto here, kicking ass and taking names. You little energy demons. Told you the incubus, succubus energy, that's a no. Thank you also, Archangel Michael, for the protection and the healing in the waking hours as well as on the astral plane for myself and my collective. Yes, he exposed being a copycat and a thief. And you know what the thing about this is? That feminine energy whose reading popped up first, above and before this plagiarizer karmic males, just before I accidentally scrolled down to the next video, which was his, which again, that should not be popping up on my feed because I blocked him last December. This feminine energy who has been embodying this divine feminine high priestess energy, she was crying. She started shedding tears over the energy of people hurting light workers and stealing from light workers. And her statement was, I just don't understand how people could do that or want to do that. She genuinely was sad to pick up the energy of people being malicious like this. And then the very next video beneath hers was of this dude doing precisely that. From what I've observed, stealing from women like both of us. Now, I'm Seraphim, but this other female, she considers herself to be an earth angel. This dude is a thief. 3222. God's gonna cut you down. And God sent me as karma. So have fun with your spells backfiring. You small-brained, big-footed idiot. Yeah, this is also somebody who hates on divine masculines because they're a karmic male. This is somebody who is insecure and they're jealous of real divine masculines. And so they hate on and they bully divine feminines because they're competing with her too. Trying to steal content and slander. They're doing nothing different than this toxic earth sign from here who called or has been working with these groups of people to do chaos, magic, and conflict spells have been doing. They're all in the same energy. That's why this toxic one online that just stalked my page to the point where his blocked account forced its way back into my algorithm. That's why he responded. If he was in a high frequency or higher frequency even, if he was in an energy that was not embodying karmic energy like them, then he would not have responded or answered that call because he would not have been on the frequency to do it. I'm seeing a walkie-talkie. You have to be tuned into that frequency in order to get that call. He was in a low vibrational enough energy to pick it up. Somebody in a higher frequency, like I might hear the static of the radio and know somebody's trying to come through, but I don't resonate with that frequency. It's not until you get to a higher frequency, which only a select number of people need to be on the channel or can actually access that channel, right? VIP club, basically. Only a select number of people do that. Because the rest of them are on that demon time. Generational curses. And so they're having family issues, right? I told you this dude sent his older sister at me. This is like a 40 to 50-year-old guy who sent his older sister. And then they wonder why they catch karma. But nobody's buying their bull crap. Yeah, I've been preparing for this. hard time preparing for this. Yep. Because I knew, one, he would probably try this crap again, and two, if he didn't, at least I had the evidence about it when he did before. And now I have both. Will be the change, or something like that. I'm like, my jaw almost dropped. Like, the sheer audacity of you. Shut your mouth, sir. There's nothing gentlemanly about you, you little rat. Hi, baby boy. Come on, my monk. Really little noodle. Hi, sweetheart. I love you. I love you a lot. My baby. Won't cry tears of gold for you. Coming back for my daughter. Coming back for my diamond. Coming back for my inheritance. My heart is rich because of me. So, as far as the psychology goes, treachery, betrayal, war, and rebellion, agonizing struggle, torn between remorse or indecision. Like, do I feel bad for the crappy things that I've done to this divine feminine, or do I do the right thing and stop? Or continue, because I've been seeking attention and lucrative opportunities through stealing from women. Gross. Obstructing the realization of our superior nature. Selfish. Plotting, scheming, giving rise to dissension in a group. So people following this person will also be taken down with them. And this is somebody who claims to lead a group, but this is not a leader. Feelings of being diminished in servility. So like I said, if they feel dismissed or like they're inferior, they'll attack people or steal from people, including women. Bomb behavior. Irresponsible, idolatrous, self-serving, yeah, megalomaniac. That's a narcissistic indicator as well. June 6th to June 10th, April 5th, June 19th, September 2nd, November 14th, January 24th, angel number 17 and 5 a.m. to 5:19 a.m. Yeah, well, that makes sense, because if this is somebody who's stealing from me, then I actually just dropped a comment about this in the video of this self-proclaimed earth angel whose reading I was, after accidentally scrolling into it, commenting in because she was reading my story. So I was leaving love, and like I said, I saw somebody who started to nitpick her, and I put a stop to that. They did not come back. They left one nasty comment and then immediately left. When I called them out, they did not come back, which was the best choice for them. But one of the comments that I dropped was specifically about It was specifically about karmics who've been doing things, stealing from people, and as a result, stealing food out of children's mouths, or resources that would pay for food to be put in children's mouths, or opportunities to make and generate resources that would be putting food in children's mouths. And that's what this old decrepit ass creep has been doing. So we can sit there and see it jerking off with a booze and his cigarettes, instead of showering and actually doing anything productive. Other than trying to play the victim when he's not. Yeah, see? What did I say? Exposed for doing things that are causing harm to a child or impacting somebody's ability to give to a child. Yeah, because they're jealous. So you're jealous of me, you're jealous of my work ethic and the productivity and the benefits that I make from what I do and I put my energy and my focus on because God calls me to do so and guides me to do so, to the point where it negatively affects children. That's a no. You will not do that. That's why you're being caught and in trouble. Happy Mercury retrograde, you salty little rat. Yeah, democratic systems that legalize the expression of our base instincts, double dealings, corrupt government, uttering words that do not correspond to divine thought. Oh, we are the change. We'll be the change. The only thing you're going to be changing, sir, is sheets and dirty underwear in the turnover laundry in a jail cell. If you don't cut that crap out immediately and stop doing it furthermore. Betrayals of ideals, propagator of false news, exactly, lies, or you know what, if it's not actual jail time, then I'm picking up the illness and then death, so sentencing in spiritual jail or spiritual court and then jail. Propagator of false news, lies, slander, treachery, conspiracy, and defamation. Yes, the accident, but it won't be an accident. It will be karma, so some kind of illness or injury that happens to make him stop doing what he's been doing, which is causing political and social disorder. He's been causing social disorder. That's what I'm whistleblowing about right now. 4122, to balance the scales that he threw out of whack when he chose to steal from, target women and then steal from them. It's almost like being inspired by them or attracted to them, and then because I hear compulsion, but then repulsion, like feeling like they're not interested in him, or they're actually smarter or more gifted and intuitive and better. He feels like they're better than him, so he then resents them, and then he tries to, I hear, smite them, target them, take them out, either chase clout off of their names if they've got enough of a following, while also stealing from them and copying them, or just trying to undercut them altogether. Pathetic. October 19th to October 23rd, May 2nd, July 16th, September 29th. And this dude has been doing things, I'm turning the light on, okay, to affect my money, to try to take out of my pocket, okay, which therefore affects me putting food into my child's mouth or clothing her or getting proper legal support and protection from domestic and criminal abusers, which has been going on. And motherfucker, that's her birthday. So, AidenWolfShadow, you will stop that or I will be suing your ass, because I do have the videos and the evidence of you lying and causing problems still screen recorded, like a few hours worth of your garbage that you then tried to erase and cover up and crop down and delete pieces out of in YouTube editor after the live feed was over. I still have those pieces of evidence that I've never posted, but that show that you were lying. And then I've got a screen grab of him just to, yeah, you see that light go out, flicker, the angels and the holy team is pissed at you. Then I've got another video clip after he deleted evidence where I called him out for certain things and he pretended like certain things never existed, or he never said certain things, or he didn't know who I was, or whatever it was. But there are previous conversations that he deleted that prove otherwise. But when he deleted them, he did not know I had already taken copies of them down. But see, I'm a real high priestess. So long before he ever knew there was a problem that he needed to cover up, I picked up that he was getting ready to create a problem, and so I prepared for that. And I've been sitting on it for 12 months, sir. You're done. End of discussion. Okay? These are not the types of things that they want their name dragged into it. When I finally do have to mention your name, because I will not speak people's name, I will not let them chase clout off of me. If I finally do have to mention your name, it's because you've committed enough crimes or been enough of a problem that I have to whistleblow on it. And that's not the point. Those are not the situations that people want their name involved in. But that's what it got to. That's what he did. So that's it. You're done. Human distortion. You know why it says human distortion? Because he's a karmic. And I'm just showing you, I'm not making it up. I'm not being mean. Those are the words outlining his corruption, his toxicities. Where was the other one? political and social disorder, September 29th, December 10th, February 18th, stealing food out of the mouths of babes. What did I tell you? Disgusting and pathetic. Oh, here's that card. Watch your eyes. See, I'm not making it up. Not a single word. It's right there. I don't have to make anything up. They're the ones lying. I really am a high priestess empress. 4522. Funny how that all played out. God sent me as karma. So either they're attracted to you and then mad or feeling insecure, so they hate on you, or they're just jealous, or they're whatever it is, so they attack. But this is why they have issues, because they do things like this instead of mind their own business. I told you, it's out of jealousy. Might be somebody with car issues. It's the same thing with the neighbor next door. And then they try to throw crap on other people instead of taking accountability for the damage that they do or what they've done. Anything else you want to tell me about this? Because I'm picking up that bit about drama. Like, yeah, they're making... Oh, I know, I'm picking it up. They want to try to laugh. Like it's funny. But what I'm picking up, fake witches hating on you, is that card where it says... like you tried to avoid drama, but they're pushing it. Hold on, we'll see what pops out. But I need a charger. They're making fun of you. Well, what kind of grown man does that, though? What kind of so-called divine masculine, so-called, good reader, what kind of person does that? Especially when I can prove that you've been copying females and stealing from them and attacking them. Yeah. Because he wishes he could... Like, what's wrong with you? Do you wish you were a woman, or do you just wish you were successful and intuitive? I'm very confused. Are you secretly in the closet? Like, what is wrong with you that makes you so nasty and mean and angry? You're talented. There it is. And they're not. Well, there's your answer. So he wishes he was intuitive. Jealous of divine feminine intuition. Yeah, there it is. Well, that's too bad. You're going to stay mad, and I've got more things for you to be mad about. And like I said, I will absolutely press charges because I can prove what you've been doing, and I've sitting on the evidence for a year. So if you want to continue to send people after me, guess what? WolfShadow, you already sent your weird sister after me. Guess what? Criminal conspiracy is when 2 or more people gang up to try to cause problems or restrict the rights of someone else, and that's what you've been doing. So you want to keep going. That will not pan out well for you. It's a FBI violation of U.S. Penal Code, Section Title 18-241. And I, frankly, it's on my community board, have had a nice long chat with the FBI over the last couple of days about some other crimes and some criminals who've been causing problems. Look, see, there it is. This is somebody who tries to claim credit for other people's work. I can already hear it. Well, I've got more followers than her, and I have been doing it for not as long. Yeah, but I don't steal from people or undercut people or be sneaky and manipulative to gain clients or just to get a number. I seek to work with people and align with people organically, first of all. Second of all, I have had a number of accounts because the same locals who've been throwing chaos magic and conflict spells, which is what he responded to because he's in that demonic energy with them, like them, they have repeatedly shadow banned my accounts or even had my accounts shut down. So there were certain times where I've had my accounts frozen out with false flag attacks or had to start over on rebuilding accounts entirely. This dude does not know what it's like. He's not been through what I've been through. He's not had to hack it and survive. No, you don't know. I can tell you that you haven't and you can't, because if you did know what it was like and you could handle it, you would never be putting people through what you're putting people through and then trying to play the victim when they call you out. That is a bitch move, Regina George. Psycho. I blocked you a year ago. In fact, I guarantee you, if I go in my block list, he'll be there. It'll be there. So there's that. Mad because you pay no mind. Yeah, I blocked him a long time ago. So what's this? Okay. Musty, crusty, dusty bitch leeching off your energy. Oh, that's too bad. Like I said, I've got more things for him to be mad about. Telling people you're fake? Yes, that's funny. Actually, I'm an ENFP on the Myers-Briggs personality typing. It's based on Carl Jungian psychology, and my particular personality type is actually coined as the authenticity sign, so that's a joke. You're at the expense of yourself. You're the butt of it, sir, but yeah, see, there it is. Exactly. Oh, don't worry. I already am. Thanks, God, for the affirmation confirmation. Yeah, well, that's why you're catching karma, kid. Uno reverse. Say less. Yeah, well, guess what? That's why you're catching karma, kid. I know you're old enough to be my father, but you're not acting like it, so, kid. Yeah, see, told you. Pick a fight with you. I already feel it. There's this card. I'm just waiting for it to come out. But this is not the type of attention that they want. If I post the videos and the evidence that I have showing where he made certain claims when he thought that he deleted evidence, not realizing that I had already screen grabbed the guilty statements and such before he tried to delete it, nobody would go to his channel anymore. I could have his channel shut down actually for fraud. So again, trying to get me to mention him for clout or attention or to play the victim is not going to work. In fact, that will make it worse for him, because what I haven't shared yet, what I have physical video and audio photographic evidence of, it backs up everything I'm saying, which is why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not making it up. I'm making statements based on verifiable evidence that not only will hold up in a court of law, but nobody will go to him for help for because of anymore either. See? Because what I have that he thinks he deleted, that he didn't realize that I have copies of and took copies of before he deleted it, knowing it psychically, intuitively that he was going to delete it and that I would need evidence to show his guilt later, which is exactly what happened, except I saw it coming before it happened, so I prepared for it, and then he did it, right? Because I'm psychic, and hello, it played out exactly as I saw it would, which is why I prepared. That will hold up. Those statements I'm making are based on that evidence, not on my opinion. And the reason I'm making a point to speak on it is so that, one, people don't go towards dangerous sources and get bad advice from fraudulent scammers. And two, because I know that there are other fellow light workers, including one who I was leaving comments for, 5322, at the same time that this all stumbled up on my feed, who need to know about this and genuinely care. There are people like me in the community that need to know about this, want to know about this, and genuinely care. They know I'm who I am and I'm legit, and they do not want to see anybody, especially karmics, causing problems. This could just be prayer. But now people know who they are and what they did. I hear he's not going to get away with it this time. No, and he thinks he got away with it because I had bigger fish to fry and I was pretty quiet for 12 months. I blocked him and moved on. But this time, that's it. I might have let it go. I might not have ever posted that if he had stayed out of my lane, but he didn't. So yeah. Yeah, I blocked him. And even the account that I blocked popped up because he's been stalking me so much. How do you think I was able to recognize him? And that, hate all you want, but it's just, see, told you, they expose themselves. People can see their true colors too. I told you. Thinks he's a warlock. Anything else? You overpower them without even knowing it. Oh, I know. They got scammed trying to do spiritual work on you, or they're doing the scamming, or both. Jealous and in competition with you. Yeah, well, that's what makes you a bitch. They will disappear. See, this is not the type of stuff that he wants his name attached to. If I drop those pieces of evidence he thinks he deleted before anybody saw, evidence that simply verifies the statements I'm making, that he's been lying about and claiming are not true because he thinks he deleted the evidence that he didn't realize I already grabbed copies of before he deleted it. I'm just going to keep repeating that part because he was stupid. Told you. He's just on demon time. So when these local people who've been trying to lie to judges around here just played with spell work again and did chaos and conflict spells, this loser online, because he's on the same demon time, picked it up and decided to come on my feet again. He just answered the call, the demonic call. Which is why I blocked him a year ago. Yeah, see? They want to hate because, well, he's jealous, but he knows I'm right. It's why he's stalking my page, clearly. Yeah, so they expose themselves when they try to trash me, and then they send people my way who support me instead. Yeah, well, they're stuck in their head. He's got his head stuck somewhere. Not screwed onto his shoulders where it should be. But it's pretty dark in there, huh? You lost the game. Because you tried to play games with a queen, an empress, babe, who doesn't play games. Queens don't start fights. Ladies don't start fights, but we can finish them. And everybody wants to be a cat. Okay, remote viewing just popped out again. Did we already do these cards? Sending you the evil eye. Some of them are just the same ones coming out. They're lacking abundance. That's why he's stealing. Gross. What a nasty little pervert. Ew. Well, I don't like you. I know that I don't love you because I don't even like you anymore. I just heard 11. Saying 11 cards. Heard 11 and 21. 11 and 21. They're trying to block your money flow. Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what happens when that karma boomerangs back to him? Just like the other people who sent out that chaos and conflict spell that he answered the demon call to. You know why? They're sending more chaos and conflict spells because now they're in trouble with the law for stealing from me financially. So guess how that's going to play out for little lurking loser. Yeah, I'm not interested. You can stay gone. Have fun with that backfire. You can heal me. You can help reverse my karma. Well, you didn't want to be a good person. So God told me to stay away from you. Wasting your time and energy. Of course you're lacking abundance. See, God told me to stay away from you. You sit there and run your mouth. I have you blocked. I've had you blocked for a year. What are you doing, you old freak? You're an old freak. You're old enough to be my father, it looks like. And you're over here stalking and harassing young ladies, comparatively speaking. What is wrong with you? I'd be so ashamed to be your parents. It's a good thing I'm not. Yeah, that's why you get bad karma. Oh, we know. But it's not going to work. They play dirty. We know. They don't know how to communicate in a healthy way. I know. Claiming credit over your what do you mean? Claiming credit over your success? The fuck are you talking about? This is 10 years grinding. What the fuck do you call that? What do you mean? Rich is just a state of mind. Believe me, I'm in it. But you would rather sit around and bitch and make comments. Oh well, suit yourself, be miserable. I'll be country hopping in the jet. That's the visual. I saw this coming in my hoodie with the plaid flannel. I bet on myself. I had to gamble. Feeling like I'm half goddess, half mammal. Bitch, watch me turn my life into the Travel Channel. I won't be home, I'll be in Stockholm. Yeah. Fraud. Stalker. Thief. Told you. And like I said, I've been doing this for much longer than this fool has even tried to dabble around on this platform. I've also dealt with people trying to falsely, like I said, not my problem, go away, falsely attack and have my account shut down. In fact, the same people holding my child hostage falsely attacked my account and had it shut down, slipped through the system by claiming that I was doing drugs with children, or there were children in the house doing drugs or playing with fireworks or doing something dangerous, but I was alone with 2 cats. So that was false. And interestingly enough, not interesting, haha, but it was narcissistic projection. The same people who made false claims to say that I was in a house with children doing drugs or letting them play with fireworks, which is why they wanted that particular video terminated. And I don't even think I was on screen. I was off screen. I was just talking. It was just me and the cats here like this, very much like this. I think I was in the kitchen actually talking when this channel came up. But they said there were kids in the house doing drugs or playing with fireworks. And these false complaints came from the same people playing with chaos magic and conflict spells. And they came from the same people who've been selling and doing drugs, period, let alone while my hostage child, my minor child, has been in the house. So not a good look, not good energy to be in, and definitely not good that this fake practitioner, according to his claims, should have picked up on the frequency of in order to respond to that call in the first place. You can't. You see, I can prove that this person is lying and has been stealing from people. Now, anything that's said about me is a false claim. I did it first. No, I can prove that I was here first and I did it first, time-stamped. Well, I don't like what she's saying. It doesn't matter. I can prove that it's true. You don't have to like it or the tone of my voice when I say it, but it's still a fact. And so that is what holds up in a court of law, not your little tit for tat smear campaign with your panties in a bunch. Kiddo, go have your tantrum elsewhere. Go cry to mommy and daddy or go to therapy about it. Oh, we know. That's why I'm giving it right back to him. And you can't handle this, Heyoka, can you? Hearing me clap back and hearing the tone of my voice and my attitude when I do it hurts your feelings, doesn't it? Well, remember how you tried to hurt others. You just picked hellfire, that's all. She is hellfire and she is holy water. The flavor you taste depends on how you decide to treat her first. You're going to pull the Grace or the Frankie out of me. You pulled the Grace out today, honey, so you don't get to kick back and smoke a chill bowl with Frankie. That's your loss, not mine. Real ones don't lose out. We don't lose people. We don't lose people. Good people don't lose people. People lose us. That's why they're still stalking. Petty, petty. Little immature brats. Mad because you're highly protected. But so they're lying because they're hateful. But guess what? If they're lying because they're hateful, Guess what's going to happen since we're highly protected? Nothing good for them. Quite the opposite, in fact. Yeah, constantly trying to convince people that they're this and they're that. Wants people to think that they're great people when they're not. Bum behavior. Can you imagine? Like, really thinking it's a good idea to come up against an actual high priestess? Like, I've been preparing. I mean, I haven't touched any of this evidence for over a year because I let it go. I minded my business. I had bigger fish to fry, 6522. But he's doing the same thing he did last time in about the same year, picking up on that call to the chaos, magic, and conflict spell because he's still in it. Still pretending to be a divine masculine, apparently. Claiming to be some kind of reader, superior leader. No. And I've spent the last 10 years studying the law, so terrible idea. Told you your Napoleon Complex, your personality disorder, your narcissistic cluster B personality disorders are showing. I picked that up today, too. Not that it was actually windy, but I heard clairaudiently, and I saw in a vision this massive gust of wind. And so I knew it was a reference just to, like, a heads-up warning that when I picked up a funny energy and suddenly there was this big side of, like, wind whipping energy out of the blue, to pay attention to that. So there's the card confirmation of the vision I got yesterday. Yeah. Popping off and they're trying. I know. That's a no. You may not chase clout off of my name. If it gets to the point where you become such a nuisance and a problem and a criminal tyrant that I have to call you out by name, I promise you, you don't want your name involved in that mess. So that was your mistake and poor choice. Anything else you want to say before we go? I think we're pretty good. A lot of the same messages. They'll try to boss you around to make themselves feel superior. He's not. He never will be. Yeah, that's why he's 40 to 50 years old behaving like that. Trying to defame your name. Yeah, well, that came out in the psychology and behavioral science cards. So like I said, I can prove what I'm saying, and I can prove that anything he's running his mouth about is still slander. He would like it to be true. He doesn't like the truth that I'm speaking. He doesn't like the tone of my voice, I'm sure. He won't or wouldn't. But it's still true. So he gets his panties in a bunch and wants to say things that he thinks retaliate against me and cancel out what I'm saying so people don't look at him like the menace that he is, and causing chaos and fights in your love connections. But this is somebody who answered the call of a chaos magic spell. So hello. All that stuff, thinks that discrediting tactics will work, but, or if he says mean things to, again, try to justify what he's doing or contradict what I'm saying, it's a way to try to make himself feel better and salvage his reputation, but that doesn't reflect the truth, so that's no. Did you hear the sirens? I just heard sirens outside. Yeah, but here's the thing. I made it because I got it out of the mud. I did that by myself. Not only with little to no help, but with my own family being opposition. So don't even try me. You, okay, man, you sent your old witch sister after me. You 40-year-old fucking freak show. You should not be sending your older sister, you grown-ass old man, after young women. I didn't have family support. In fact, the family that I've had ganged up on me with the same people who've been sending chaos, magic, and conflict spells that you answered because you're in that nasty demon frequency with them. You're bitch made. Mad because you got it made, honey. Not the first thing. You couldn't handle what I've been through. Yeah, well, that's too bad because he's not the victim, and that's why I'm calling it right now. Do not let him play the victim. He wanted to be a bully when he thought that would work. When he realizes it won't, that's when they play the victim. But that's what all the people who've been playing with spell work over here that he picked up on and chose to join in with them on. have also been doing. They all behave the same way. Like I said, he's just tuned into their low frequency radio station. Yeah, spying on. Oh, I know, bitch, I know. I know. I'm seeing him try to do readings on me. Yeah, told you. An X. 1222 here on the clock on the East Coast. That's my twin flame number. Anything else? Ten steps ahead. They can't come at you alone because they're scared. Well, that's bitch move. That's in reverse. God's gonna cut you down. Yeah. They're being seen as the frauds that they are. And also for trying to slander real priestesses, real high priestesses when they get exposed for being plagiarizers. Keep clearing your space and energy. It's working. Justice Reiki. Yeah, see, they're being blocked out. Someone in your immediate circle, but it's not your immediate circle. Like, these are exes or, you know, people who got with exes after you left, or friends or ex-friends or something like that that are mad at you for leaving, and so they do those chaos spells, and then it gets people like old weirdo over there to pick up on it because they're just vessels for the devil. It's basically the equivalent of possession. Sitting there claiming to be a divine masculine, trying to take money to do readings for people. Don't get readings from a demon or a demon possessed person. What's wrong? No. Yeah, there it is. No, don't do that. Pathetic. But they're catching karma now too, so. Goodness gracious. That's funny. So I definitely just accidentally grabbed the wrong deck. I meant to grab another Evil Eye deck, but I accidentally grabbed, yeah, they're doing Power of 3 spells. This is coming from the cult energy that sent out those chaos and conflict spells because they know that they're also getting backfire for it. Like, yeah, the weirdo plagiarizer is, but 2422, so are these people because he's just doing what they've been doing and he's answering the call of them, basically requesting that he join them in their evil bidding that they should have minded their business and left people alone in. But what I accidentally pulled out was the Mean Girls deck, and I did call him Regina George. King of Wands. Told you, reckless and impulsive. Rather see you out there shaking that thing. Yeah, he's it's like either jealous of their gifts or is attracted to them and then feels like inferior. And so I know how this would be settled in the animal world. Very impulsive, reckless, just very cutthroat, toxic. Yeah. 3 of Swords, feeling heartbroken or trying to cause heartbreak. King of Cups has hit the deck, so extra emphasis on this. Ace of Pentacles. So they tried to compete with somebody who's got divine favor. This karmic male tried to compete with divine feminine. That's a no. 10 of Wands, he just put burdens on his own back. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles for trying to be a little rat to get some money. Page of Wands, very immature. Very immature. They tried to block justice from coming through. And so God, the Chariot, is bringing a tower moment to these karmics' whole world. There's a karmic male who's, well, it's the karmic female who's upset, and then a karmic male who's saying, trying to be like a knight in shining armor, but really he's just trying to save his own skin. Don't worry, I've got one more trick up my sleeve, kind of a thing. She's not going to like this stalking and harassment tactic, but it's one of those things where they think that they're going to bully people into submission, and they actually just end up getting themselves in trouble by trying to do that and pointing the fingers at people they should have, again, just left alone. Very foolish. But then they play the victim when they get caught. No, you will not. And if you try, no one's buying it. Anything else? You're surrounded by unconditional love. It's one of the things they're jealous of. You have the drive and motivation that they're looking for there. That work ethic. It's not just made, it's built. But they don't want to do the work to build it. They just want to steal from other people or try to use people as stepping stones. And I told you, that was the first thing I said on that raw channel off the cuff. He's just an energy vampire. Messy. Won't throw hands with you. They want to throw hands with you, but won't make a move. So they just cause problems behind the scenes, or try to. Pause, things slow down for a bit. Like I said, I let it go for 12 months, and he just tried to lurk back up on my feed. Trying to cause problems, stir the pot, fake news, right? Gossip, slander, setup. It was a setup. Let me try to lurk on her feed, and then I'll play the victim and claim this. And I took screenshots also of that crap popping up on my feed, so it's not like he can hide it. My jaw almost dropped, dude. Don't trust them. They have something up their sleeve. So it's an attempt to get clout and then try to play the victim to mislead people from the truth. Trying to point you in the wrong direction. I'm not confused. Obviously you are, if you thought that A, that was a good idea, and B, you'd get away with it. Stupid. Yeah, the big mad bitch. Well, like I said, you just wait. I've got more for you to be mad about. Be patient. I know it's a lot to ask for somebody who can't even master one of the first virtues, let alone the rest of them. Guardians are by your side to assist. Told you, ancestors, holy angels, the divine. They always need to check up on you for new ideas because they lack creativity. We've already been through this. This is a new deck, but a lot of these messages are just confirming previous ones and the raw channels. Scam artist. Yeah, and I can't even call these people artists because they're not creative. They're stealing from people and plagiarizing from people. Artists don't do that or don't need to. Dark magic shit. Yeah. Told you. Fancies himself a little warlock. Catfish. Claiming that he's something he's not. Tries to make himself seem like some kind of divine feminine or divine masculine. Yeah, because he's competing with divine feminine, bitch made energy. Like he's some kind of divine masculine energy. Don't be fooled by what you see. But you see, I have the gift of spiritual, I have all of them. Clairgustance, clairvoyance, clairalience, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. I have all of them and then some. And so I smelled him. I remember being able to smell him when he wouldn't leave me alone last time. I smelled nasty, gross, like I said earlier, cigarettes, old booze, because of the drinking, and then nasty body odor, like he needed a shower. And he even looked greasy, but I could smell him. Trust in the angelic realm that you're connected to. Yeah. Fear tactics trying to intimidate you. No, babe, you're running at a seraphim angel. You're going to get your ass whooped by Archangel Michael in the squad. The Holy Justice League at that. Demons that you tried to play with, fear me. You're unwise. I'm the woman that the devil says, oh shit, she's up, when my feet hit the floor in the morning. 7922. Hold tight. They're not over it. Oh, I know. That's why they're still stalking. I was just minding my business, getting ready for bed. What they tried to put out on you is being sent back to them times 10, balancing the heart chakra. Yeah, because they were cold-hearted. The best revenge is no revenge. Because they're catching karma. That's all that I need to do. God's handling it. wealth, abundance, and opportunities are on the way. Yeah, because they tried to block that. So what did I say? If you try to block somebody's resources, your resources are going to be blocked, right? But on the flip side, for those people who had others trying to block their resources, the blessing on the other side of persevering through that is abundance. For choosing not to low blow and be cutthroat like the karmics. Pretending to be someone that they're not, fake image. Oh, I know. Pretending to be divine feminine at that. You're on the right path, balance and harmony. And they actually think that they're right for their actions and will try to validate themselves, but he's not. They never have been. He's a cyber bully, trying to belittle you and put you on blast with lies behind the screen, but not face to face. He's a fraud, which is why Archangel Michael said, no, do not delete that video. I know it's been so long since this has come up, but don't delete that evidence. Probably because they saw that he was getting ready to stir the pot again before I did. In fact, I hear yes. Abused abilities. And if he did have any gifts, he mistreated them or neglected them to the point where now he has none. Third eye closed, exactly. Which is why he's spying, trying to spy and scry and remote view and try to do readings and stalk and no, overactive root. That's just why he's also stealing from other people, and that weird sexual energy was coming up. Like either being jealous of divine feminine's gifts and abilities, so trying to compete with her and target her because of this, or feeling sexually attracted to people. Sometimes dudes will do this. They will feel attracted to a female, and then if they feel like she's out of their league or she's not interested in them, they'll get mad at her. They'll feel some kind of way about themselves, but they'll take it out on her. Trying to send you nightmares and disrupt your sleep. Yeah, see, like I said, I was getting ready for bed when that popped off. It's 12:34 here. This was a requirement. I was called, drama followers, there it is, to whistle blow. Progressive steps forward in the right direction, 12:34, on this toxicity, and remind people to continue to hold faith and push through. They're forming a group of followers and friends through drama and negativity. Well, that's going to get you karma, dude. I'm over here minding my own business. Okay? And like I said, I've had this dude blocked for 12 months. My algorithm is set up to send me content from those who watch my videos. So the only reason and the only way for his account to be put in my recommended, as I accidentally scrolled on the video I was watching on the live sections, is for him to be stalking my account. I'm just clapping back and telling you what's going on, because I'm picking up that it's the same thing as it was a year ago. That situation was never resolved. Justice was never properly had. He still continued to steal from people and try to make money off of what he was doing. And based on what forced its way into my algorithm today, just within the last couple of hours, there's exposure to the fact that he's still doing it. So that's why I resonate as a justice angel. And so sometimes that happens. Things come across my feed. It's obnoxious, frankly. Sometimes it feels quite obnoxious for me to have to deal with these things and these people, but I also do see it for what it is. And often God sent me as karma. Doing spell, yes, this is a control freak who wanted to pick a fight. Mental breakdown. They're losing it without your energy. Watching others to see what they can take to make it their own. I know, that's what I've been saying. Fake opportunist. Change is something positive is on its way towards you. I know, I saw that yesterday, 5:55. Anything else? I think we're good with those ones. Shook. They're acting unbothered, but the truth is they're shaking. Take a spiritual bath or shower to wash off their energy. wishing death on you. They will have some sort of loss in love or financial loss for it. And I remember I mentioned that these are people who've been like possessive energy, they're in possessed energy, or they're open to being channels for that darkness, or that's just who they embody. You're protected from their energy. They can't come through. And like I said, his account shouldn't have been popping up on my feed. I blocked it 12 months ago. But he's been stalking me because he didn't want that cord to be cut. He wanted to try to reconnect it because he's a little weird stalking pervert. And that's why he's catching a tower moment now. 8522. 22 is my twin flame number. And everything's falling into place. See, told you, identity thief, took on yours and others' identity. He's stealing from divine feminine. That was the first thing I said. Wannabe doppelganger. But then he gets mad when the people he's stealing from call him out, and he tries to ruin them. He's just like Angie Butler. He tries to ruin them so that they don't know, so the people don't know that this wonderful spiritual person, this wise person that he's trying to pretend and claim to be, is actually the embodiment of all of the things he's copying and the essences that he's trying to steal and gobble up from other people. You know what I'm seeing? I think it's from Spirited Away. It's that no-face thing, and he just goes around like scooping giant, exorbitant amounts of food into his face, and he ends up being this, he looks like the slug thingy from, what is that, Star Wars? Jabba the Hutt? Yeah, this big, sluggish, slow-moving, massive blob. It's like black, sludgy, big, fucking fat blob. Pretty much. And that's what it is. It's just this garbage disposal energy. Gross. Fake accounts, fake numbers, unwanted watcher. Like I said, I blocked this asshole a year ago. And what kind of old freaky creep stalks a young lady, certainly compared to him, who's already said, leave me alone, repeatedly, up to 12 months ago. That's insane. AidenWolfShadow, that's insane. That's mentally ill, psychotic, unstable, gross, fuckboy, brat boy behavior. That's gross. And creepy. Yeah, you're about to be showered with prosperity. See that rainbow? So I'm calling divine justice and intervention on all of this, on protection and healing and justice, also retributive justice and restitution for victims, any energy being given back or taken back that was taken from people that these people had no business, this person had no business doing, and any resources that were scammed away from people also being sent back in one form or another. End it. Send love and light. It will, there it is, disrupt their whole world because they're used to negativity. Yeah. So I'm calling in peace and protection and justice and prayers so that there's no more of this nonsense that goes on and people can heal from what was done. Clear your aura. 8822. Focus on what really matters. These people are just distractions. They're trying to cause distractions so that you don't finish dotting I's and crossing T's and holding them accountable. Whether it's the local people here or the weird people answering the calls of the chaos magic complex spells or anywhere in between, it doesn't matter. Let's see what the ancestors have to say about it really quickly. Gross. All right. Ancestors, what do you have to say? Notice the signs. Oh, I did. That's why I jumped on it the second I noticed and got the call to come here. Because I knew exactly where those signs and those messages were coming from. Shine brightly. Shine bright like a diamond. stand out, be proud, individuality, also authenticity. So these are people copying authentic people and then trying to claim originality when it's very evident that they're fabricating what they're saying or doing. Direction, growth, life stages, balance yourself, exactly. So there's healing happening here, resurrection as well, I'm hearing, and also community, family, traditions. The message is, what do you want the light workers to focus on? This is the question I'm hearing. Move your body, dance, breathe, flow, be thankful, gratitude, appreciation, and harmony. Honor the deities around you. Hello, love. Prayers, offering, and help. Okay, so this is Isis here, and you know what? I have been seeing this flower for a few days. I use a couple different forms of it. Sometimes I use an oil, sometimes I use just the flower itself. I'm super grateful to be alive. So I'm gonna pull this out. It's an Egyptian herb. I've been thinking about using some for the last couple of days. But I got the call to wait for a little bit. But I think I'll do that now. Speaking of herbology, reconnect with Mother Earth, plant, garden, harvest, precisely. Precisely. Egyptian flower. And nature spirits. Elves, fairies, rock formation. Yeah, and that was a no-no. Yeah, see this? Karmics, when they come at me, I have a very complex lineage. And I have many, many lives that I've lived, and I've set foot in every continent, including ones that no longer exist today. So when these people come after me, they're coming up against somebody with lifetimes of spirits who are still willing to go to bat for them, of all volitions and varieties, of all classes, of all races, many of them very high ranking, and many of them badass warriors. They picked the wrong one. And frankly, it's who I have been in many of lives. I've been on the battlefield in other lives. I have been a ruler of country in other lives. I do still carry royal bloodline today. I do still carry the bloodline of some of the founders of the country today. I am still a Native American Trail of Tears descendant today. I have a very mixed bag, so you really offend everybody across dimensions and realms when you try to come for me. You offend the majority of groups. And it's not a good idea. Because I come from the bloodlines of gods and goddesses. I wouldn't want to be president or queen or ruler. Not in this life. Heavy is the head that carries the crown. Do you know the burden that is? It's a lot. It's very restricting. You don't get to have the freedom that you want. Find your voice. Well, if I hadn't had to purchase some evidence to hold these people accountable so that they would stop causing medical injuries, then I would have more resources this month to invest into medical, but I am still doing what I can and have continued to do so, and they won't be able to do this anymore pretty quickly after that, so it'll be all right. But in the meantime, we get back to basics. People don't know who they're messing with because they see you walk alone. It's a trap. God hid me in plain sight. Sometimes it's like God used me as bait. They thought I was an easy target because it looks like I'm alone, but they don't know my spirit is ginormous, and they don't know who walks beside me and behind me. They don't know who stands in front of me to protect me. They don't know. My whole clock is guarded. God's trap. Yep. God sent me as karma. I'll take you for a ride. But I'm grateful to be alive. How are you? Well, I hope. Oh yeah, and these criminals thought that they were slick, but God is the most clever. And God sees everything. And for as tricky as they think that they are and they're going to be, God sees what they're doing as they're doing it, and often before they're doing it. A lot of these people, before they have gotten the bad ideas to do whatever it is that they're doing, I'll pick up what they're planning to do before they even get the idea to do it. So am I crazy, or am I just right too early? Good, good. Glad to hear that. Every day and every breath, honestly, is a blessing. It doesn't negate the pain and the stress and the struggle sometimes that other people especially have intentionally caused in many cases. However, some people didn't get to wake up this morning, and I'm pretty grateful that we did. Be an open channel, mediumship, ancestors, spirits, exactly. And so I was called to stand here and speak up about this. Awaken your inner shaman, connect, invoke, and heal. And I think that's about it for the cards. I think what I will do and yeah, see, there it is. Root energy, take time out. It's like Aphrodite, rest. I think what I will do is do some energy therapy. Wow, what did I say? Answer the call. Those ancestral energies from all lineages, times, spaces, continents, countries. Yeah. And then let's see. Crowning energy. Enjoy music. God sent me as karma. Reiki cord. Sometimes people will try to reconnect chords, or if you think about somebody or someone thinks about you, or a conversation has had, or whatever the situation is, sometimes it's people trying to play with spell work and intentionally create attachments. Sometimes they do come back up or come up. And yes, we need to be making a point to clear our own energy and not put ourselves in situations like that as best as we can avoid them, to keep that space clear. But sometimes it does happen, and I'm making a point to say that just to let my light workers know. I won't say it's not ever a light worker's quote unquote fault, so to speak. Like if you're putting yourselves in environments you know are not good for you, it's likely that you're going to walk out with dirt rubbed off on you, so to speak. And so ideally we don't do that. But sometimes that's not your fault. If other people are still trying to latch onto you and what have you, sometimes it's okay. It just takes some time and some cycles. So I'm happy to help, and don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad or take it out on yourself. And even if somebody does, this is not for everybody, even if somebody does move backwards into a situation, or for whatever reason goes back to something that's not good for them, or puts themselves in that position, rather than stay beating yourself up about it, if you know that opting out of it is the best choice, then just move forward and do your best from there. But don't stay in that heavy energy, please. Energize your life, exactly. Don't stay in that heavy, well, it's in reverse, heavy energy. Situation. I'm glad that you have the clarity that you need. Treat your body well. So I would say getting some stress relief and decompression. Also getting out into nature may help. Yeah, and go after your goals. I mentioned that warrior energy. Would be beneficial. Definitely some rest and self-care. Angry. Karmic energy. There's this karmic male energy who says, she's going to bankrupt me. She's going to ruin me with the truth. One, because he's saying that he feels like this is a solid reading. And also, what I speak not only makes sense just outright on its own, but of course the truth does speak for itself. However, I can back up what I'm saying with evidence that he didn't realize anybody had, because he thought that he deleted it before I took copies of it, because he thought that he was slick. He thought that he could get rid of the evidence before I realized that there was a problem. But you see, I'm a real psychic and he's a scammer. So he thought wrong. I had a funny feeling. I got a vision. I got the download about the fact that he was sketchy and he was being sketchy and he was planning to be sketchy, and that I needed to document what red flags that I noticed. And those are specifically precisely the things that he went shortly after that and tried to delete, and then tried to lie about me. He said nasty things about me. He screamed nasty things at me while he was on a live feed and I was in the comment section. This was last December. And he deleted that. He cropped that out of the video. He cropped a bunch of things out to make it look like I was lying or I was crazy, but I have the original evidence that shows what he thought he erased. Even if his community's not, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to read these comments out loud, because what you're saying here actually applies to a whole bunch of situations. And I'm not just talking about situations with divine masculines and divine feminines. This applies to this weirdo online. It's not my divine masculine. He's not a divine masculine. He's a karmic. But everything you just said applies to this karmic male too. And so what it sounds like to me is that this is just a collective issue. This is a collective karmic male energy right now, because this weirdo online is just a weirdo online. I have no attachment to him. But he's behaving just like the other ones, including the locals who've been stalking my home property and causing problems and messing with my child. So they're all the same. Even if he'll be loyal to me, he said his community's not going to let up. And the message in this is that they have been trying to gang up on others, right? Because they feel like they can't bully people by themselves. It takes all of them to come up against one of us. He behaved as a karmic, not a divine masculine. So if there was any soul contract, including within his own, if this was at one point somebody that potentially had spiritual gifts, because this spiritual abuse or abused spiritual abilities card came out, then they lost them because they chose to be karmic and behave like karmic. And the next statement you said was he had his chance, but he completely failed all his tests and he didn't do the work to ascend. And that's the exact same energy of the person in the title bar who I blocked a year ago, whose account should not have just popped up in my recommended, because I blocked him a year ago for doing the same stuff that he just was caught doing again. But it did because he's been stalking me even though I blocked him. Yeah, look what just popped out. Told you. So you're right. Oh, because I blocked him, and so did God. You know these people are sketchy, so trust your intuition. Because you're right, they won't change. That person wouldn't change. You would not get a positive outcome with that. Whether it be in like a love relationship or just platonic situation, or even just strangers or acquaintances, just cross-connect, people on the internet. God said, I will get my justice. Yes. And either awaken him, or if he loses the contract because he's no longer a frequency, a viable match, then, and you make sure to keep ascending, you can make sure to keep taking care of yourself and elevating, you will be recontracted and realigned with somebody who is a match. Keep those morals and those self-care practices steady. This is also the time where sometimes God will test, right? You feel a bit lonely, or are you going to drop these boundaries or these, good healthy practices, is a question, because God says, do you really want this new higher frequency connection, or are you willing to settle? But on the flip side of it, It's like when there is a good cop and a bad cop that are partners. Yes, I fully comprehend that you comprehend this, but it's like the bad cop getting fired, but the good cop still needs a partner. So he might have to be alone for a minute until they can find a suitable replacement for him. But usually it doesn't take long for them to find a replacement for him and him or her. And it's not like that good cop has to go without a partner. It's just that they need to find one that's a good cop, one that won't be fired for being a bad cop. Because every good cop deserves a good partner. Yeah. See, they're catching karma now. See, these are the same cards. It's a slightly different, based on what you're telling me here. I know you kind of hopped on towards the end of the reading. Based on what you're telling me here, it's an identical situation to the one that I had to call out and have been speaking about based on the title bar. A different scenario, a relationship versus some stranger copying Divine Feminine's work online and trying to take credit for it and what have you. Very different dynamic, but their energies as karmic males and the way they've been behaving and treating people is identical. Yeah. So it's just, you're right. It's a karmic energy for sure. Wouldn't parallel like that if it wasn't. Hater looking to pick a fight with you. Yeah. Constantly comparing, but they don't compete where they don't compare. So you stand your ground, you stay steady. And if you need to get legal protection or press charges, especially for defamation and slander, because that came out too, then you do that. Now, sometimes these karmics try to rush and claim that when people are whistleblowing about them, like I am now, for example, that they're being harassed, but they're claiming that while covering or trying to conceal all of the same things that they're actually doing that they don't want people to know about, that would let everybody else know that the claims that the light workers making, the whistleblowers making, are valid. But like I said, they do things like delete evidence. He did all this nasty stuff and said all this nasty stuff in a live feed, and then the second the live feed was over, he went into YouTube editor and cut out the parts of the video that he didn't want people to see, where I was in the comment section, and then claimed that it didn't happen, thinking that he deleted it, but I already took copies of it before he did that. So I've got him deleting evidence and then lying about it when he didn't realize I had the evidence he deleted. You can delete the post all you want, but I still have screenshots and, frankly, so will my legal team. These people's apologies need to be as loud as their disrespect. I appreciate that. I used to say that a lot, and I haven't said it here in a long time, but I had a chat the other day, a week or two ago, with God, and I said that between God and I here. The apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect was. Very good. And I agree. You're a smart lady. Also, how is your, have you emailed me? I haven't gotten an email. You too, love. How's your healing? How's your, I don't want to get into the details of what's up with you. It's okay. Let me make sure to check my junk box, and I'll get back to you with that medical science, because I've been thinking about you. And I can imagine that that's not ideal. Good. good. That doesn't surprise me. Eczema can be kind of like hives as a stress response. They're both inflammatory based. So if you're dealing with extra stress, too much stress, or maybe even your body's trying to reject somebody because there's a mismatch in the energy, sometimes that happens too. Hi, baby kitty. Come on. Come on, my love. You ready for bed? You want cuddles? Come here. You have to let me have this cord. Thank you. Sometimes when there's an overload of those inflammatory chemicals that, or many responses, but that being one of them, can occur. So I'm really sorry to hear that things were that extreme. I fully understand. Oh, okay. I'm sending love and prayers. Feel free to check back on the replay for some Reiki and let me know if you need me. 11102. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you, God, for helping. Whatever that is. Goodness gracious. It's not surprising as we're talking about stress responses and inflammatory attacks and then karmics. I'm going to do some Reiki right now. There's a holy Reiki, they're calling it, coming out. It's to divinely connect on a higher frequency for those in alignment. Yeah, it's automatically clearing out these karmic energies. I won't be here for that much longer, but I am being called to stay for a few more minutes to finish this up. Let's get some water, shall we? Thank you, Archangel Michael, also, and Uriel and Zadkiel. I might take this reading down, actually, so this asshole can't chase cloud off of my name. In fact, let's do that.